You can take the pentatonic scale, the minor pentatonic scale, and you can add 2 notes to make it, to convert it into Iolian, Dorian, or Frisian.
Okay.
That's really cool. That's why pentatonic really works, because with 2 pentatonic, you cover the 7 modes. All the major modes can be replaced with the pentatonic. That is the smaller version, okay? But you obviously you don't have the specific color of the mode, but it will sound good. So for the major modes, you can use the major pentatonic, and for the minor modes, you can use the minor pentatonic.
All right, and you're saying for Dorian, it's the 6 that gives it that sound.
Yeah.
Hitting that 6 note relative to that chord is what gives you the Dorian sound. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And if instead of playing the 6 major, sorry. So I have E. I play the pentatonic, and I add the major 6. That's the Dorian sound. If I change that note, instead of playing it major, like a major 6, I play it as a minor 6, I get the Iolian sound. It sounds more like sadder, more neoclassical. And if I switch that 6 and make it Dorian, it sounds a bit less sad, a bit more bluesy or jazzy.
And you're adding the C sharp or D flat, I guess. That's the 6th. That's the note you're adding, right, to make that Dorian sound.
To get that Dorian sound, I'm adding the G sharp or
the G. Okay.
G sharp or G.
Okay.
So G is Iolian and G sharp is Dorian.
Okay. All right.
And the other minor mode is the Frisian, which has a minor 6, but this one has a minor 2nd. So and you get that Arabic sound with that minor 2nd. So it's really cool to see the modes in relation to the pentatonic, because you can keep your vocabulary, okay? You can keep, you don't become like a technical player. Suddenly you say, okay, I'm playing the blues scale. So I've been playing these licks for all my life, and I rock. And suddenly I play the Dorian. And suddenly I play the pentatonic. And why that happens? You can see the pentatonic and add that characteristic note and make the change more gradual between playing the pentatonic and playing the Dorian bow. So I can make my bluesy sound more jazzy, or I can make it more like with the Frisian sound. More mysterious. Or I can make it minor. Okay, so that's why I like seeing the pentatonic and adding the intervals. Does it make sense? At least for the guys
No,
that are a bit familiar with the modes, that for the ones that don't know, the modes are basically scales. Okay, so when you talk about modes, most of you should, I'm sure that you know that we have major scales and minor scales. Okay, so you have the major scale and the minor scale. The modes can be major and minor, but these are like different shades. Okay, so different colors of these major and minor scales. That's why we say that we have major modes and minor modes. So different variations. We know that the major scale is usually the happiest scale, and the minor scale is the saddest scale. So if you go to the other minor modes, you have like different levels. So you have the saddest one, and you have the less sad, and some other stuff in between. So that's how you can see the modes. These are basically scales. These are colors that you can use to create melodies. And most of the songs that we listen to, the popular songs, the pop songs, use modes.
And then last thing for that just to use the Dorian sound as an example, and no matter what mode it is, when you use the pentatonic as your skeleton form to shape it out, to add that accent, to add that color, you're just going to hit. So like in Dorian, it's a sharp sixth. That's why you're hitting the sixth note, because the sixth note's what's changed in that Dorian scale, right?
Yeah.
And that's why you're so whatever note's being changed in the mode, that's the note you're going to hit on the out of the pentatonic.
Yeah, otherwise you won't feel the Dorian sound. Yeah, that's correct. And obviously that note combined with the minor third, so you give the background that you are in a minor key, but that's the note that makes the difference.